Here I am, back at home. Uh, Back in my room. My office is over there. Oh, oh yeah. Last night was kind of interesting. I got that picture of that weird guy that he grabbed a. There were some boxes left at a dumpster over here. He grabbed one, took it out in the middle of the parking lot there, and started bashing it with this big. I don't know what it was, a ski pole or a golf club, and I started filming him because I thought he was going to do something even more interesting. But he grabbed one of the helmets, and I guess he was giving a speech. I couldn't hear him, and did some poses and then left. I always wonder, I'm up until just recently, I've been pretty sheltered. I don't know a whole lot. What do they say? I don't have any street cred, as they used to say. So I saw stuff going down here in this parking lot. I have no idea what I was seeing. People will come into this parking lot like at 10 or 11 at night, and they'll just park. And they won't get out. They'll just park. They come in here and park. Usually they turn the car off. I don't know if they're camping, or maybe they're doing drugs, or maybe they got a prostitute and they don't have anywhere else to go. I think that was happened. There was one car that was blasting its stereo, and it was about 3 hours it was here, and then it finally left. And there was that red vehicle over there. I think they were camping out in their car. Then there was another red car, came in, parked about in the middle, stayed there about 15 minutes. Then this Trans Am, I don't know, it was a Firebird, one of those really fancy, huge, honking muscle cars came in here. It came in here, and then it kind of jackknifed and did a little half turn. Then it kept going, and it slowly cruised through the parking lot and went over to the bank. Then the car that was there started up and followed it. So that was probably a drug deal. They're probably waiting for their pusher or something. Sometimes I wonder maybe if it's a dead drop. Yeah, maybe. I saw that in Fayetteville, Arkansas once when I was still with my girlfriend. Actually, it was up in Bentonville, just north of that. People were doing dead drops in this parking lot where someone would come in, leave something, and then somebody else would come in and pick it up. Boy, that must take a lot of trust. Well, of course, there's the thing where if the deal isn't done right, I'm sure that the people on one side or the other will be most upset. And that could lead to all sorts of unhappiness. So yeah. Also, yeah, of course the cops missed all that excitement. And they showed up in force. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. And there was two, maybe three of them, 3 cars. And they were just running the park. Because I wondered, that little Tourette zombie guy, maybe that's him there. There's this one guy that, oh yeah, I've mentioned him. He's the one that just swears. He was out here last night somewhere. And I don't know if the cops got him. I don't know what they do with him, because I don't think he's capable of standard communication. And that's another thing too, is because they wanted to see my ID. I showed them my ID, and of course it's a local ID. And they basically told me to go home. Of course I can't go to that home anymore. Well, my ID is a little out of date anyway, because I can't go to either of the homes that I've been addressed to in the last 2 years. In fact, tell me, just get on bus 57 and go home, because that's where I would have gone to. But like I say, I did find a place. That's another thing too I've learned about homeless people lately, is that what they do is they'll camp out, and they'll go pretty far out. Those guys I met in Cornelius the other day were talking about going way out into the country, way out into the mountains, where they're talking about being on government or BLM land, and they're talking about their adventures trying to hide from farmers and hunters and other such more official armed members of the public. And they'll talk about how their camps, how they hide their camps, because that's another thing with the homeless, is that when they make a camp, they'll never talk about it. That's one of the things, you don't ask where they're camping or what. They're very, very secretive because their little stuff, the little bags of stuff they have is all they got. And one guy was like, he was talking about they'll follow your trail or something. So he said, yeah, he would climb a rope into a tree, travel through the tree, and come back down so he didn't leave a trail. And the thing is, the little guy telling me this, he was kind of a real interesting little guy. He looked like Compo from Last of the Summer Wine, literally. And it's like, I'm sorry, guy, I don't see you swinging from the trees doing that. I think he was, maybe in his mind he did. He did it in his mind. But he also said that he had lost 3 campsites over the years. Well, I don't know whether they're just crooks or they're homeless, probably combinations of everything. They'll find a homeless camp and then wreck it or steal everything, well, what they have to steal. And lost my train of thought. I don't have any railroad tracks. Oh, my back is killing me. Ugh. You know what I want to do if I ever come into some money? Now I sound like one of these homeless people, I know. Of course, I am one of them. I just want to go and find some inexpensive hotel and just check in for the night. Just to sleep in a bed, wash up good, bathe good, get clean. Try to pretend that I'm a normal person for a day, I'm taking pictures of the park because you're probably tired of seeing my ugly mush. And I tell you, I'm starting to look like hell warmed over these days. I mean, I don't even want to look at me these days. Okay, I gotta go. This video is longer than I usually make them. I'll talk to you later. Bye.